GearNetwork.com.
The following is a presentation of the Gear Radio Network.
So, Fatman.
Sleazy.
Why the fuck do you have a boner for Slammiversary this year?
Ha ha!
Well, let's talk about that on the wrestling show. Welcome, everyone. This is Sleazy.
This is the Fatman.
Welcome, everyone, to another wonderful episode. Today, we are joined pretty much by everyone now for first time in a while. First, we have the greatest buck matcher in all of the gotchas, Ryan Williams.
I absolutely love that every week you do a new one. It pleases me, and hey-o.
And then, on the other side, we have a man who likes to give out his social security number on Twitter. That is Chip Willett.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
So I just really want to get into this because I really have this feeling that Fatman's going to shit all over a certain someone in this particular group. I don't know who that's going to be. Well. Ryan, buckle up.
You know me all too well.
Let's get started. We got long show.
No, man. I put some positive spin on anything. I don't really care how much the Grinch over there shits on something.
So, Slammiversary was July 17th. It was in Nashville in front of live crowds.
Nice.
Dave Meltzer's star ratings still aren't out for this show, even though Kenny Omega's on it, which is rather interesting.
Meltzer's ratings aren't out for this?
I literally was just looking them up, unless I'm looking at the wrong spot. But anyway, the show opens with the Ultimate X match for the X Division Championship. Josh Alexander defends against literally the entire X Division. Ace Austin, Chris Bay, Trey Margell, Rohit Raju, and Petey Williams.
8-person Ultimate X match, yeah.
6, but okay.
I thought there was 8. I thought it was 4. Oh, no. Sorry, because managers and bodies, yeah.
Canadians can't count.
Yeah, we can, just very difficultly.
They can't go past 3 because as long as their teams last in the playoffs.
Oh!
I can't count past 3 because multiple 3s is a force.
15 minutes, 45 seconds. Chip, you start because you were watching this live. I tried to watch it live, but my feed wasn't working. And Chip throughout the chat was going, this match is amazing. So I want to hear Chip's perspective.
I really thought it was a great opening match. I mean, even the pre-show match was pretty good with the girls' tag. But I thought this set the pace for the rest of the night. High flying, a lot of different sequences. So a little comic aspect to it. I'm not going to say match of the night, but it was definitely a good heater opener. I gave it 3 stars.
What? Match of the night in a fucking walk. Dude, this is a 4.5-star match. 3 stars? This match is fucking phenomenal. 3 stars.
This is why I don't like star ratings, because you both think it's a really good match, but the star ratings kind of, you know what I mean?
Match of the night, easy, fantastic match. It started a little bit sloppy, but oh my god.
Next match. What'd you expect?
It was fucking great. I loved Rohit's comedy spots. And Sleep knows how much I hate comedy spots.
They were great.
They were great. It was smartly done.
Yes,
that Canadian destroyer was fucking sick.
Holy fuck, that was nuts.
That submission spot I thought was stupid, but they all did submission.
Really, I like the submission spot.
I mean,
it was funny but convoluted.
It went right at the ladder, basically with no ladder.
Yeah,
it was funny, but it was convoluted. That's all it needed to be.
But this match was fucking great. I thought Josh Alexander winning was the wrong kid didn't die. 4.5 stars. Fucking phenomenal opener. Loved it. Sleazy.
I wish you would have left something for me.
Right?
Yeah.
I told you I was excited for reviewing this. So
the Row Heat comedy spots, obviously I'm going to pop huge for because that's my thing. The match was perfectly laid out. I thought the only thing I would take back from it was you're right. The chain submission. Yeah, it looks nice as a picture, but from an actual spot, I'm not a huge fan of it. But that being said, fucking amazing way to open the show. I actually agree with your rating, 4.5 stars. However, I do have Dave Meltzer's ratings.
where were they?
I found them on Reddit somewhere.
Oh, I'm not on Reddit.
So Meltzer gave this. Well, maybe I should wait for Ryan.
Oh my God! You know I don't care about the star rating.
Yeah, I know, but still.
Okay. No matter what you call this company, TNA, they tried the GWF or GFW, Impact, all that stuff. The X Division is what makes this company, and it was the perfect opener for them to finally. Here you go, boss. Here's a big show for us, and the X Division was the right way to open.
100%.
Agreed.
And Meltzer gave it 4 stars.
What a fucking mark.
Underrated piece.
Underrated piece of.
100% agree.
He gave fucking Kenny Omega's match. It's fucking 19,000 stars. We'll get to it.
Oh, we will.
That's a lot of stars.
Brian Myers and Tennille Dashwood versus.
You put respect on that name.
I will later.
That ECW original.
I will later. Matt Cardona and a mystery partner. Obviously, his mystery partner is his fucking fiance, Chelsea Green. It makes sense.
Especially when.
Sense, but it wasn't obvious being that she was in a cast on a pay per view a week before, and it didn't look like, you know what I mean? That she could
Right,
wrestle.
yeah.
It was a nice swerve.
I'll go first. Sigh. I hate myself.
You liked the match.
I liked it, yes. I mean, the fans really helped this match a lot. I thought it was 3 stars. It was a good match. Really nothing more. The one thing, seeing a Canadian Destroyer after seeing a Super Mega, or seeing a Canadian Destroyer after seeing a Super Mega Canadian Destroyer was, I didn't like. I already saw a way better version of it. Why try to do it literally the next match? But
Damn it, D'Lo.
I really didn't have a problem with it. It was a good match.
Chip, please.
I thought it was a good match. I like the heat that Cardona and Myers had on each other because they're just like best friends. So to see them hate each other is really good. The Chelsea Green was definitely a shock because we just saw our ROH the week before, and that was not what I thought was going to happen. But then again, I didn't really know what was going to happen, so it was a nice surprise. I would give it 3.5 stars. It was
fucking piece of shit.
I knew that was coming.
How do you like this match better than the Ultimate X match?
It wasn't the Ultimate X, even though it was good. It was choppy in some spots.
You're a fucking
because there were so many people in it.
More spotty, less story would be the Ultimate X.
That is absolutely true.
Yeah. I can
say Mark.
Hey, look, fucker! I'm trying to come down to your all's level and understand the psychology of wrestling. It's only taking me 10 fucking years.
To our level.
I actually agree with
down, bro.
Hey!
Go up.
Hey! I actually agree with Chip's rating. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the storytelling of it, and the match itself was pretty good, considering it was
Zack Ryder.
No, considering it was a mixed tag match.
Oh, radio.
Wow.
Ryan.
Boys, you don't really leave much for me to say. Like, the same bullshit. I really did enjoy the twist. That wasn't a twist, but it was a twist that it was Chelsea Green actually being able to wrestle. I know the spoilers because I like reading spoilers. I don't really give a fuck about waiting. About the upcoming King and Queen tournament that they had, and they're in it as one of the teams, so they look like they're going to have some good matches going.
So they listened to our show and took Sleazy's idea?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, we are ahead of Chris Jericho, so it kind of makes sense.
Hey, I'll take credit for that. Meltzer gave it
Oh, shit. Yeah, I got to write that down.
2.25 stars.
What a mark. What a
But you
fucking
didn't
mark.
like it.
Eddie Edwards versus Big Ass. 11 minutes. Ryan,
That was 11 minutes.
I'll let you go first.
When I watched it, I was wondering why they did it the way they did it. And then after reading the spoilers of the shows coming up, it made more sense because everything's fucking 50-50 booking and shit. The only thing I takes from that match was that gross fucking spot to the outside that never needed to happen in ever fucking lifetime.
Was that the powerbomb spot?
Yeah, that was the powerbomb spot.
Yep.
At no point, I don't understand how people are like, this seems like a good idea.
Seems like a good idea to go to the hospital tonight.
Holy flip flying fuck.
Sleazy.
I thought, spoiler, this was the worst match of the night. I just wasn't a fan of it. And that's weird saying that about an Eddie Edwards match.
Yeah, because you're usually a huge Eddie Edwards.
Yeah, I'm huge Eddie Edwards. Here, I'll say it. This is probably the worst Eddie Edwards match I've ever seen.
I wasn't too much a fan of it either.
The spot was stupid. The powerbomb spot was stupid. It felt off. You know what I mean? It felt like it was two guys that really didn't know how to work each other.
Yeah, it kind of it made Morse look very green.
Yeah, and
we know he's not. He's done it for years.
I give it 2 stars personally.
I'm with you on that. It definitely wasn't. It wasn't my worst match of the night, but I didn't enjoy it.
Y'all fucking stupid. 3 stars.
Man, when did you start sucking TNA's dick?
He is absolutely sucking TNA's.
That is a very valid question, Chip. Fatman, when did you start gargling total nonstop action? Because this is a whole new...
when I started taking the white pills.
I said so.
It was a good match. There was some spot like the fucking the choke slam spot, I think it was, on the apron was nasty. There was one boot spot that just didn't make sense in the match. Right person won, and I thought it was a good match. I thought Eddie did a great job of leading him in the match. I didn't think it made Castle green at all.
Okay. Meltzer gave it 2.75 stars.
What? When did you start 3/4 stars?
The Sleazy's doing different. And then they have...
Don't worry, I'm going to put percentages shortly.
And then they have a fucking impromptu Madman Fulton match with fucking Finn Juice. That was pointless. It was a waste of time. I think Finn Juice, if I know Fall Out Ball and TJP were supposed to be teaming together, we'll get to it when we get to the tag title match. I think you probably should replace that team with Finn Juice if you're going to have Finn Juice on the show. But it worked out in the end, though, because it set up another angle. But it was all right. It was a dud match. It was 1 minute and 10 seconds. But
right, and Meltzer didn't even rate it.
So I'm putting dud. So, yeah. Nothing else to add. Just...
It was a throwaway, in my opinion. Ryan doesn't care.
Nope.
Not really, no.
And Chip's a mark.
Well, no, it was funny how they called him No Way Jose on TNA.
We're not to the tag title match yet. Simmer down.
Jesus Christ.
Chris Sabin versus Moose.
iPhone.
Thank you. 12 minutes. Sleazy.
I guess my thing with this is if you're going to push Moose as the future of your company,
why have him lose in a fluke win? Yeah,
I mean, and the reality is that's probably where this is going, but I don't know. It was a decent match against two guys that, unlike Eddie Edwards and Enzo or Kazazal or whatever the fuck he's going by in the indies, you have two very well-traveled wrestlers putting together a pretty good match here. I gave it 3.5 stars. But yeah, the fluke win was kind of weird.
Yeah, I gave it 3.25. There's one thing you mentioned, which I thought you were going to bring up, and you didn't. After Moose iPhone did the Spanish fly off the top rope, Matt Striker goes, "I seen Dan Barry do that."
Yeah.
I was surprised you didn't bring that up. I'm like, Dan Barry, that's a local guy. Come on.
I mean, yeah, but
It's Dan Barry.
it's Dan.
That was a 6 Spanish fly, though.
You know, AEW superstar Dan Barry. Oh, did I not say dark? I should have said dark.
Yeah, I thought it was another good match.
Evolution.
Meltzer gave it 3.5 as well. So
Chip, what do you think of it?
I thought it was a really good match. I gave it 3.5 as well.
Ryan? He's just like,
Yeah, half of this match too was watched. I was up at my retreat up the cabin. Remember the pictures? So
yeah. Okay. You're okay. 4-way match for the Impact Tag Team Championship by Design versus Good Brothers versus Rich Swann and Willie Mack versus Falaba. And a mystery partner which Chip spells have to be No Way Jose, or No Way, but they call him No Way Jose throughout the whole night.
Yeah.
Ryan, you're the tag team wrestling enthusiast.
It's not hard to tell, being that the Good Brothers went over, that the whole AEW angle, you know what I mean? Like, they're still going to go strong with that because I really, as much as I like the Good Brothers, think the wrong fucking kid died in this match and Bartlett Badasan should have stayed as tag team champions.
Yes. First thing in my notes, wrong kid died. By Design, should have retained.
Oh my God, they're so good. That whole
Like
stable,
I was like, but as the match quality, it was an okay match for a house show. It was only 10 minutes. Like it felt rushed because it seemed like it was rushed because it was only 10 minutes. Like, I don't know, it was okay.
it was an 8-man tag that went 10.
It was okay. It was all right. Chip.
Oh, I'm about to get shit on.
I love how you giggled before you even said it.
Oh, by the way, second worst match of the night for me at 2.5 stars.
And this is my match of the night. I liked it. I thought the right guys actually went over. But no, Violent by Design really are good. And I'm really impressed at how good some of the TNA wrestling has got since I watched it fully last time. But it was a good match.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
That's worse than mad, Dad.
Go fuck yourself. Don't give a shit anymore. Continue.
What a fucking Good Brothers mark. What a fucking mark. Sleazy.
You're glad we're not reviewing the New Japan show. I'm a real mark for that shit.
I'm going to watch that soon, though.
I
heard it was a
walked out
really
part
good
of the
It was awesome.
I heard it was a really good show.
Was it?
I heard, yeah.
It really was, yeah.
The Grand Slam show, right?
The Grand Slam in Tokyo Dome.
Yeah, I heard it was really good.
I made the comment a few weeks ago. You know, I haven't been on the show, but I mentioned it in chat. I'm like, from what ROH put out, from what TNA put out, and I didn't even know NJPW was putting anything out. But this has been a great fucking month for wrestling.
I'd agree.
I mean, just shows themselves have been really good. I mean, it does help that fans are back.
I was just going to say, the one thing that helps is the fans are back. Like, they're so important to wrestling shows.
And they're making it worth watching again. Continue, though. Sorry.
Yep, Sleazy.
This 8-man wasn't worth watching.
Okay, so
No,
how
I mean,
overrated did Meltzer rate this?
Meltzer gave it 2.25 stars.
Oh, I overrated it. I'm the overrated piece of shit on this.
You have been the overrating piece of shit this entire show, spoiler. Honestly, it was okay. You're absolutely right. They needed more time. Good for the K-pop stand to be in TNA, I guess. I don't know. But other than that, yeah, it was. I literally, as soon as No Way Jose came out, I was like, oh, cool. And then went and got myself something, and then went to the bathroom. By the time I came back, it was mostly over. So whatever.
That's code for Sleazy took it massive New Jersey.
Massive. Like Newark.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took a Trenton earlier. Impact Knockout Championship. Deonna Purrazzo defends against mystery opponent, which was Thunder Rosa. Nice little surprise there. And obviously, a really good technical wrestling match. Right person won. 3.5 stars. That's it. Sleazy, you're the women's wrestling enthusiast.
It was the best women's wrestling match this month in a walk.
I would actually agree with that. Wait. No, it wasn't. Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley, and Money in the Bank was better.
I disagree. I thought this was way better. I gave this 4 stars. This was an amazing technical match.
I think Ryan was talking shit to you.
Yeah, well, I ignore him.
Fight to the death over who has the better bitch match.
I've got an ice pick.
Stop it.
I still have an ice pick.
I have
Sleazy with
a Nintendo Switch controller.
I have a Muji pen. This episode is not sponsored by Muji, by the way. It's just a really good.
I have eyeglass case. Ow.
I have iPhone.
I knew it was coming.
Moose.
But yeah, I loved this match. I did not know Thunder Rosa was going to be part of the match, and they put on a fucking clinic. That's it.
Ryan.
That's all I got.
Ryan.
I'm more distracted by the Rhea Ripley Charlotte Flair debate compared to this match. Very welcome surprise to see Thunder Rosa. She is really good, and I really did enjoy the match. Impact, I feel, suffers from like what AEW does, and that their women's matches tend to be a lot worse than they are better in the grand scheme of things. So to see the two of them come out and do a really good job, like I get Thunder Rosa's not main there, but it's still there's your main champion having a fantastic match. Now go fucking do that with somebody on your roster.
Right.
Fair.
Chip.
I loved it. 4.25. I thought it was well done. It was good to see good wrestling back in the female division, the knockout division in TNA.
Just a quick question. No. Let me take this one, please. Pretty please. What did you rate the 8-man tag?
You knew exactly what I was going to ask.
Just
I said 4.25 for 8-man tag, right?
No, you said 4.
I meant 4.25. I'm sorry.
What did Meltzer give this match?
Meltzer gave it 3.25 stars.
All right. No disqualification match for the Impact World Championship. Fuck Kenny Omega. Defends against Sami Callihan. 27 minutes and 45 seconds. I'm going to go first because I'm so pumped to talk about this match. Here we go. Fuck you.
This is where you say, no. You should have just said Chip right after that.
Let's kick out a Sami Callihan's finisher right at the beginning of the match. Double fuck you. No selling a finisher through a table and kicking out of a powerbomb through plywood. Triple fuck you. A tombstone onto a barbed wire chair he kicks out of.
Yeah, that was crazy.
2 ref bumps in a no disqualification match. Why? They didn't serve any purpose. Quadruple fuck you. Package power driver onto the belt. Kicks out of it anyway. These are everything Kenny Omega's kicked out of in this match. Wouldn't the thumbtacks to the knee hurt Omega more than would hurt Callihan? He's getting thumbtacks stuck into his knee, and the smooth part is hitting Sami Callihan's face. That was the stupidest spot I think I've ever seen in my life. The second thumbtack spot was way better.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It was stupid as fuck. Omega no-sold everything. I gave it a dud. It was one of the stupidest matches I think I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Even stupider than Moxley and Omega from AEW?
Oh, you snapped over that one.
No, this one wasn't as stupid. That one was more stupid. But this one was just the whole purpose of this match was just the show Kenny Omega could kick out of literally every move, and then do one move to Sami Callihan to win. That was the match. It was out of a 27-minute match. It went 26 minutes too long. Of course, I hated it. It was fucking dumb. Dumb. A great show marred by this stupid piece of shit fucking match. Now tell me how you all fucking loved it. Let's start with Chip.
Actually, I thought you were going to shit on me because I was going to call it the worst match of the show.
What the fuck is this? This fucking bizarro world here?
I was all excited for it, and then in my back of the mind, I had the Moxley Omega match, the exploding barbed wire match in my head, and I'm like, I have a feeling it's going to be the same exact thing, and it pretty much was, minus the exploding barbed wire, of course. But him kicking out of everything and no selling everything, it just made Sami Callihan look like a little bitch, and Sami Callihan's not.
So you're telling me that AEW looked better over Impact again? I wasn't expecting Callihan to win, but I was expecting a competitive match, which, besides what, a pizza cutter spot, that was it? Well, actually...
We'll get to that in a little while, too. But I was just
thumbs up. Like, actually, to be honest, Callihan fucking beat the shit out of him.
He did.
But it made Callihan look like shit.
Yeah, and that's the piss
That's the counterproductive of what a fucking wrestling match should be.
And which is why I gave it worst match of the night.
Sami Callihan lost the world fucking title to a chick, so let's not fucking go praising him very much on how good Sami Callihan looks, because he fucking looks terrible because a man's kicking out of shit. He couldn't beat Tessa Blanchard. I mean, wow.
Which means Tessa Blanchard's a better worker than Kenny Omega. So there you go. I said it. I ain't taking it back.
I give it 1.25.
Okay, Ryan.
Loved it. It was fucking deadly. This was match of the night for me. I knew Callahan wasn't going to win, but I was like, they're going to kill each other. And they fucking did.
I'm going to buy a plane. Since I can go across the border soon, I'm buying a fucking plane ticket right now to punch you in the fucking ovary.
I'd love to see you.
Although I will admit, the pile driver onto the barbed wire was creative.
But the backbreaker on the garbage bin.
That was pretty sick, too.
Absolutely disgusting.
Stupid.
And Omega takes that.
So we got one who absolutely hated it. Chip really didn't like it, but not nearly as bad as Fatman did. Ryan, who thinks it's the best match since fucking sliced bread.
Ryan tagged in Fatman so he could suck on TNA's cock for a little while.
Right. At least the tip, and it's only for the main event tip. That's all. No other tip comes into my mouth but the main event tip. Chip.
So I have to be the voice. I have to be the.
Wait. I want to hear Meltzer's star rating before you're.
Meltzer gave it 4.25 stars.
What a goddamn piece of shit!
He thought it was the best match of the night.
Of course he did.
Surprisingly,
it's going to be at least 4 stars because fucking Kenny Omega's in it. Because if you put Eddie Edwards in this match is only a 3-star match to Dave Meltzer.
Well, here's the thing about that. Let's be perfectly honest. Meltzer sucks. Dick. Omega's dick. Okay.
Oh.
So if you put it there and say that Meltzer's going to give it 4 stars if Omega does nothing,
if you suck
just
it,
in there, then well, yes, but that means if you take Omega out of it, he rated it 1/4 star. So he thought it was shit. Also, I want to point out he gave it 4.25 stars because that was the minimum he could put on the match and make it better than the Ultimate X match.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why he rated it 4.25.
And this is nowhere near as good as the Ultimate X.
Not even close.
Oh, hell no.
That being said, I thought it was fun to watch. But it was not a 26-minute barn burner, amazing match, 7 stars in the fucking Tokyo Dome type of match. It was a hardcore match that was meant to be Omega is the undying undead king of professional wrestling that can kick out anything and destroy you with a one-winged angel. That being said, I disagree with it making Callahan look like a little bitch, but it didn't do TNA or him any favors. But that being said, like I said, I like a lot of the spots. I thought on their own, they stand up well, but from a overarching part of the match, it was too much. It absolutely was too much. I gave it 2.5 stars.
You overrated piece of shit.
Coming from Monsignor Chip. I love you.
Love you too.
I thought it was the best Impact show in a really long time.
What's the best Impact show in a really long time?
I can't think of a better show.
Besides for the stupid ass, dumbass, fucking piece of shit main event.
I will say this.
And here's the thing about Impact. Normally they're the reverse. Normally their mid cards are okay to good, and their main event delivers. This was the opposite. Their fucking mid card was fucking phenomenal. Their main event.
Well, had the main event been better, it would have been a better show than Money in the Bank in my eyes.
I would actually agree with that.
And it would have been like, remember how I made the comment? I was like, watching ROH, and then, as I said, after watching Slammiversary, I'm like, man, WWE has got some work to do to beat it.
By the way,
which they did. Yeah.
ROH was only an okay show for a house show.
Well, you always say that.
That's not prop them up. They had this amazing show. It was a okay show. It was a watchable show. That's it.
Anyway, that's what I'm saying.
He tells me, what a dick.
Yeah, Kenny Omega.
Oh, you fucker.
But like I said in the conversation, though, I said they had some work to do. And honestly, had Kenny Omega and Sami Callihan been better, in my eyes, TNA would have had a better pay-per-view than ROH and WWE. And in the long run, it wouldn't have been as good as in JPW, but it would have been second to that.
No, I may start that after we get off the air if I'm not passed out.
It's on that channel that Ryan. Well, you still have my NJPW.
Yeah,
it's there.
Yeah. I got it. I saved it. I saved my my computer. So yeah, that's what I said. I'll start it there. Ryan, what did you think of the show? Oh wait, we're not done yet. So somebody comes out.
Yeah.
Wasn't even supposed to be the person that was supposed to come out. It was brilliant.
Who's supposed to come out?
Apparently, Andrade was supposed to be the person to come out, but they couldn't cut a deal with him. So they had to get some random fucking mid-card guy from Japan or something.
Fucker.
3 years ago,
well played.
I would have been 100% laughing with you, but I've grown very fond of Jay White.
He is so good.
I've grown very fond of Jay White. So fond of the fact that I bought a T-shirt on Pro Wrestling Tees.
Nice.
Which up boy Jay White.
So, but anyway,
Mr. Switchblade, Batman's biggest mark love.
Like I said, like 3 years ago, I would have been like generic wrestler number 7, but he's gone. He's changed my mind,
and he's good on the mic too.
So
don't get me wrong, Jay White's really good, but he's still generic Australian wrestler number 3. So like,
and there's a few of them bouncing around the indies now. So
I think
Robbie Eagles.
So I'm pretty sure Ryan and I are only two that actually watch the Impact weeklies.
Yeah,
they explained Jay White came down pretty much Spain. He's not there for Kenny Omega. He's there for
Finn Juice
for David Finlay, because I guess that's who he's defending the Never Openweight title against, which was very anticlimactic. But then Kenny Omega, the Good Brothers, come down anyway. So I'm interested to see where that is going.
Well, I like how he called.
Bullet Club.
Oh yeah, Chris Bay joins the Bullet Club.
Yep.
So
I'm sure in the future there'll be Chris Bay and Jay White versus the Good Brothers.
It is. It's this week on Impact. Oh. Yeah, they already taped it. Yeah.
I just watched the promo.
Watch the product.
Well, you're lucky you got me to watch Slammiversary. Tell me to watch the product. Jeez.
That is a fair statement. We are lucky he watched the pay-per-view.
I'm lucky I got Ryan to watch ROH. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that took something.
if we got to watch Impact, so do you. Now listen to this. But anyway, Ryan, overall thoughts on Slammiversary?
Are you going to ask me again, and I'm going to tell you it's the best Impact show in forever?
Chip, same thing. Sleazy, same thing. Okay, cool.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So,
Definitely.
I recently just said that I've grown very fond of Jay White. I hate him saying this. Let's talk about Matt Cardona.
Before we talk about Matt, I do want to, because we didn't have the ratings last show, I did want to throw them out there because they're right in front of me. The Money in the Bank ratings from Meltzer.
Okay.
So Mysterios versus the Usos was 3.5 stars. The
I can see that.
the women's Money in the Bank that started the show proper, was 2 stars and considered the lowest rated Money in the Bank match ever in Meltzer ratings.
I can see that too.
Omos and Styles versus the Viking Raiders was perfect show for a house show. Kingston versus Lashley got 2 stars
What a mark.
for a
He's just showing that he's
extended
not
squash.
racist.
For a squash match.
He's just showing he's not racist.
Flair versus Ripley. Anyone got a guess?
4 1/4.
3 3/4.
4 1/4.
Fat Man gets it right on. 4.25 stars.
And I'm not even looking. I'm just guessing.
Same as Callahan versus Omega, I want to point out. The men's Money in the Bank got
4.5.
4 3/4 and is also the highest rated Money in the Bank match that Meltzer has ever rated.
Okay.
And Edge versus Reigns,
4.
4 1/4.
Oh.
Also the same as Omega versus Callahan.
Which was way
But a
better.
much better match.
Okay. Matt Cardona, Nick Gage. Everyone knows how I think Nick Gage is a piece of shit. I even
You also
said,
think Matt Cardona is a piece of shit too.
no, I don't think he's a piece of shit. I think he just can't work. There's a difference.
Okay.
I even said in the chat, I'm not even going to mention Nick Gage. I don't want to even give him the publicity. But it's a big thing in wrestling. We're a wrestling podcast. We have to talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
So, Sleazy, you take this away because you're more involved in. I saw the match, and again, it was stupid as fuck. It's a death match. It's dumb.
Yeah, and there was a lot of shenanigans in it.
Tomfoolery.
Gaga. Ricky Shane Page was part of the finish. But the upshot is Matt Cardona, the former internet champion and self-professed ECW original, is now the GCW heavyweight champion.
Okay. And I did mention this to Ryan. I'm surprised you didn't message me because last night we were kind of in discussion during Raw. The fans throwing garbage.
I wanted to wait till the podcast to do this because I remember before you get into it. I remember when let's pull the curtain aside. I remember when I did my heel turn a couple of years ago, like when I used to wrestle. Remember that? Right?
When I used to wrestle. You know that time when I used to wrestle?
When I was a lean, mean 4'10".
But I remember when we did the heel turn. Me personally told one of the guys start throwing some shit in the ring just because I really want to sell it. Because to me, the visual of fans so angry they're throwing stuff in the ring, a great visual. Fuck Dave Meltzer. That looks fucking awesome. That was nuclear heat. Matt Cardona could have got stabbed. That was fucking brilliant. You'd bottle that and sell that.
Okay. So
It makes my tits hard.
I was going to mention Meltzer at the end, but where was he when the fucking fans did that at Bash of the Beast 96? He didn't say one fucking thing.
I was literally about to say that.
So I do have a problem with it, though. It really shouldn't be done. It sets a bad precedent, especially as mainstream that's going to get for future fans at both indie shows and like WWE and AEW, ROH, and Impact to think that that's okay to do that when it's really not. It's not. It sets a bad precedent, super dangerous. And
they were talking about possibly people planted in the audience to do it too, and then of course they denied it. But
I think any fan that throws anything at any wrestler should be banned for life.
just like any other sport.
Let me finish. I think GCW selling a shirt about it is 100% classless. As much as I know Sleazy wants the shirt, and it's a disgrace to wrestling, but it's GCW, so I mean they're already a disgrace to wrestling. However, they're going to make a shit ton of money on that shirt. And I am not against people making money. Regardless how I feel, that shirt's going to sell. And that made Matt Cardona, like Ryan said, look 1,000,000 times better and gave him more heat than ever before. Ever before. And that's going to make him more money, which is also a very good fucking thing.
If you could
also, what the fans were throwing were pretty much like empty chip things, empty bottles. They weren't throwing really anything that dangerous, but still they shouldn't do it. After Matt Cardona just had a death match. So in this case, in the grand scheme of things, whatever. If it was like a regular wrestling match, they were throwing fucking full bottles of beer, like I'll have a problem with it. But they just had a death match. Again, it shouldn't have done, but in the grand scheme of things, whatever. This specific case, I'm okay with it, but I still think it's going to set a very dangerous precedent because you know how fucking wrestling fans are. They see it, it gets big, and they're going to want to fucking do it. And that's my only really gripe about the whole thing.
That's the reason why Ryan Williams has a fucking Slammy.
And he's sitting on it right now.
Yeah.
Right up his ass.
what to do with my fucking Sunday.
Chip, I know you want to rebut that.
Ah, get it? Rebut. All right, Sleazy, I know you have some thoughts on this.
No, I want to hear what Chip wanted to say because.
Oh, okay. No, he was just mentioning something about like how different sports. I'm thinking like if you throw something,
you're gone.
Away or something, you're gone.
And you're not allowed to buy tickets at that event or arena. And if you're a season ticket holder, they'll strip you of your season tickets.
All right.
It's just it's happening more and more throughout all sports. So I definitely side with Fatman when he talks about that.
Especially, yes, I know fans are just coming back. I'm not saying they're going to ban fans down for doing, or ban like all fans for doing it because it's going to happen. Again, my only problem is the attention that it's getting. I hope it doesn't become a precedent where fans think it's okay to do it.
Well, that's Atlantic City for you.
That's my only thing that I have a problem with it.
Considering these days that if you go and buy a beverage or something, they empty it out into a plastic cup anyway. I mean,
yeah, but yes, they still shouldn't throw shit at them.
I agree with the assessment that there shouldn't be shit thrown. That being said, I highly doubt there's going to be anything dangerous that's going to be actually thrown because the venue in of itself has made it to the point where they don't want to get sued, so they're not going to sell anything that's going to hurt.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, and I again, that's my only, again, like I've said it before, that's my only thing I'm worried about is that yes, now they take precautions on what you can, what's throwable, I guess, but
what's throwable,
but that's my only concern about it. Like I don't like that they did it. I don't like they're making a shirt out of it, but that's my opinion. And Matt Cardona is more fucking over than ever. He's going to generate way more. He's Zack Ryder. As much as I don't think he's that good of a worker, which I still don't, he has a name. So he's going to get booked anywhere he wants. And after this, the money he's going to be asking for is going to be a ton. And I applaud that. He's going to be more over than any time he's ever been, even in WWE. I 100% think that's going to happen.
So there's two rumors that came out of this. Number one was that GCW. Do you know? Did you hear how much that they claimed he paid him?
No.
They claim, or the rumors claim, that GCW paid Matt $25,000
to do a death match with Nick Gage.
I think he was underpaid, but.
Even if it was a 3-minute match with Nick Gage that wasn't a death match, he's underpaid.
Yeah. So, but $25,000 for the amount of
if the rumors are true.
If the rumors are true, I think it was a great business choice because they got something absolutely amazing that will make their company.
And yes, and here's also the thing that we don't recognize. They piped that up on AEW, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. That was a thing.
That's main, and then pay-per-view. I guarantee it was the most bought pay-per-view GCW ever had.
Oh, for sure.
They hyped that up so good. Again, as much as I don't like Nick Gage or Zack Ryder
or GCW in general, you're not a huge fan of GCW.
No, I'm not.
They don't mean CZW.
They did an amazing job hyping it up, and I've never ever said on this show, I hate when people make money.
Yeah,
so good for them. Good for them. That's all I gotta say. It was great. As much as I thought the match was trash and stupid as fuck, they made money off it. Good for them. I applaud them.
Okay, so I love all this. I loved everything about this. I love him claiming he's now an ECW original and all that fun stuff. That is like fucking money. Love it. Absolutely love it. I love that he went through with the death match like a death match and wasn't a little,
About it.
Basically, yeah.
Shitting on him right at the beginning for pussy and not hitting fucking.
Yeah. There were those fucking commentary on the match was priceless. Fucking priceless.
I think that was a call spot. I think they did that on purpose.
They probably did, but it was still fucking amazing. One other thing. I don't know if anybody else here. I know Fatman was in it for like a month and then said fuck off. I'm part of the Call of Kayfabe Facebook group.
Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah. So I am one of the many cocksuckers on Facebook, and there was a thread going around about this match and how Matt's really it's really his crowning achievement right up to this point because he's made such a change. And of all people, does anyone here know who Rod Price is?
Name sounds familiar.
He was basically a jobber in the late 90s, early 2000-ish in ECW. So he was like jobbing to Tommy Dreamer and shit. Well, his fucking kid also apparently wrestles on the indies and claims he's been working for 25 years. And yeah. Oh, it gets better. And he decided to drop this little bombshell, and I'll read it for you. I was in developmental with him in McDonough, Georgia at Deep South Wrestling. Now, first of all, if you have to tell the city you were in for Deep South, it means you weren't there for more than one shot.
Right.
Just an FYI. Mm-hmm. The developmental territory for WWE before all this happened. NXT and this guy could not bust a grape in a food fight. One of the biggest ass kisser politicians, and I died who would get his ass kicked by the guy bagging groceries at Walmart in real life. This guy is a joke.
Talking about Cardona.
This is talking about Cardona. Okay. This guy is a joke, so hardcore gimmick is so extremely laughable.
So is it sad that I can kind of see the hardcore gimmick laughable because it is Zack Ryder, but he made it work. He made it work.
Okay, so yes, that's
I very slightly kind of get what he's saying on that last part.
He spends
Matt Cardona being a politician.
Yeah,
he would still be in WWE, probably with the Universal title right now if that was happening.
Well, here's the thing. Here, even if you ignore those pieces, he spends like 12 hours just bitching and moaning when other people tell him off, but including me, because I had to get on this, because one of his mutual friends with me is Brutal Bob Evans. And Brutal Bob is like, well, yes, but also his philosophy on wrestling is you don't shit on other performers, you just make yourself better. If somebody else is out there making money, figure out why they're making money so that you can also make money.
Makes sense.
And this fucker, I've been in the business for 25 years. I made so much money in this. Fucker, I couldn't even find a match of yours on Cage Match. I could find your father's because he jobbed to Sally Graziano at a house show in ECW in 1999. Good for you. But holy shit. You sitting here with your dick fucking out. I made so much money. Matt Cardona made more money on this match than you probably ever made in the fucking business.
Matt
25
Cardona
minutes.
made more money on his YouTube show
Yeah.
without even wrestling than that motherfucker's probably made.
He made more money on the Table for 3 episode he did with Xavier Woods and Matt Hardy than this guy will ever make in fucking business for over 25 years.
I love Shoot Sleazy.
Well, it's fucking ridiculous. This is fucking absolutely dumb. It's stupid to drag somebody that even if you knew him 20 years ago or whatever, what's the point of bringing that up now? What the fuck is your problem? Sour fucking grapes. Yep. Absolutely. And it's fucking ridiculous to have indie workers that go, well, he made a match and now he ain't shit, man. One of the worst things I've heard in a long time was somebody was bitching. Now, keep in mind, this was before Joey Ryan was canceled and stuff. But Joey Ryan and Supercock. Wow. Supercock. Well done, sir. Well done. Thank you.
Freudian slip by Sleazy.
Yeah. Super Cop Dick Justice had a match in Excite where they went 12 minutes, did not take one bump the entire time, and it was the most over match of the night. And there were guys in the back bitching about the fact, well, I take so many fucking bumps, I don't get a reaction like that. What the fuck? You fucking assholes. What the fuck is wrong with you guys?
They worked smart, not hard.
Exactly. In the middle of their match, they sang happy birthday to a kid. That's the kind of shit they were doing. And
you know I hate that shit.
Yeah.
But I love Dick. Mm-hmm. I love Dick Justice. No, you don't know. You don't know. When I am so capturing that little piece and just putting it everywhere. I love Dick. That's awesome. That's great. When he would come out at 2CW or Excite, the fans would chat, I love Dick.
Yes. Stop choking Dick.
Let somebody get choked. They purposely do that spot so the fans can chat, stop choking Dick.
Yeah. It was phenomenal.
It wasn't it? I miss Dick Justice so bad.
Yeah.
But drink.
No,
but for someone who's probably only trained to be a wrestler, like I've trained to be a wrestler. Have I had a match? No. But I've trained. I've actually worked backstage. So I know a little bit about it. But I'm not going to say, oh, I trained with that one guy and he was better than me. So now he's an asshole.
Yeah. It's fucking ridiculous. I would never drag another wrestler in that respect. I'd never drag a wrestler in a... It's one thing when you're openly critiquing somebody that's out there working and they're putting it out there and you're like, that was trash. This is why it was trash. It's another when you're dragging backstage politics out in the open. And that's exactly what happened here. Mm-hmm. I would never do that. Because at the end of the day, you're still coworkers. You're still, brothers in the business, Yeah,
Hellcat.
Yeah, well.
I had to bring it up. So speaking about people making money.
Not
the
me.
business being made nowadays.
CM Punk and Daniel Bryanson?
Okay. Ready? I got the scoop on this. Ready? Depending on who told you, either it's a lock that Bryan Danielson and CM Punk have signed with AEW, that both of them have serious negotiations and are planning to go to AEW. They've talked on the phone once or twice, but nothing is concrete in place, or nobody's talked to anyone.
They signed with AEW. Okay, so I got thoughts on this too. If true. People are calling it, it's the game. Let's get change the game. I'm like, I think so, but I love the Bryan Danielson signing. He got what he wanted. He wanted to work in Japan. Obviously, WWE wouldn't allow that to happen. You want to work fewer dates. AEW's allowing it to happen. He's probably making a ton of money doing it. Again, good for him. And I've called Tony Khan a money mark. I think he is a money mark, but it's a very smart signing to bring him over to AEW. Plus, he can help the new generation learn the craft better. Love the signing. Even if he's there part-time, love the signing. CM Punk, on the other hand, if true, will pop you for a few months, and I think that's it. Like, he hasn't wrestled in 7.5 years. Like, oh, CM Punk's going to AEW. What's his first match going to be? Probably against Jericho because they wrestled before. There's a comfort level there, so it makes sense. I understand that part. I just don't see CM Punk long-term helping AEW as much as Danielson will.
You know,
and CM Punk found a money mark to give him the back up the Brinks truck. And that's what he said before. It's going to take a shit ton of money, and he found Tony. But again, it's going to help. Both those signings will help. I just think the Danielson signing is going to help way more than the Punk signing.
I disagree only for one simple reason. If you're going to sign CM Punk to a deal, do you know where he should be?
Wait, what company he should be? Or what position in AEW?
Yeah.
Commentator.
100% yes. You are a fool to put him in the ring right now. Maybe a match or two? Sure. Commentator. And there's already been precedent with that, with them signing Mark and Paul.
So, and I want to talk about this too. And wait, let me get, before I go to the other part, let me get Buck and Chip's thoughts on if they go to AEW. Ryan.
I very much appreciate you said if, because until they walk out on the fucking stage, I have no qualms in believing.
That's why I if. That's it. Just like I don't care unless they show up.
I think you're right with the whole Punk's going to give him a couple of months and then pop him and that's it. Yeah, I mean, like, regardless of he's gone from 7.5 years, not Edge was gone for 10 or 11. Like a name that's worth it coming back, you're still going to pop the crowd and stuff like that. Punk's going to get this interested real quick, so you're going to deal with the same shit eventually when, like, so many heads are going to butt over something. Somebody's going to leave, go home silky. It's going to end up being Punk.
Yeah.
Brian will be great for them, but that's if they had him full time. If they're going to ship him off to New Japan half the time, that don't fucking benefit AEW at all. Only if, when they go, okay, here you get Brian, we want Okada, we want Naito. You know what I mean? Like,
right, and I think that hasn't happened yet because of the COVID situation in Japan.
Fucking Kenta, like Jay White's coming over. Like, these people are coming over now, and they've come over past couple of weeks.
Yeah, but doesn't Jay White live in California?
Tampa.
Oh, is it Tampa?
Yeah, it's Tampa.
Yeah, so that makes sense then. I don't know where Kenta's living. I wouldn't be surprised if Kenta's also still living in Orlando area.
Yeah, near the where he was a women's center.
Mm-hmm. So, if people are still stuck in Japan, I certainly wouldn't want them over here anyway. They're considered
right.
I don't think they can come over.
State of emergency right now. No one can leave the country.
And then we have the Olympics going on over there. But yeah,
that's a whole other thing.
Chip, if they sign, what do you think?
Well, I know for a fact I have a source that works with AEW, and I know for a fact that they both have signed. But
say your source.
Breaking news. Wait a second. Breaking news.
Don't be Meltzer.
It's not Meltzer. It's not Meltzer.
I said don't be Meltzer.
Is it a wrestler?
No, it's not a wrestler.
So it's an agent.
I don't believe you.
Oh, but you don't have to believe me. I don't care.
No. I'm going to guess it. I'm going to. Is it Tony Khan?
No.
Do you know Tony Khan? If so, can you put me?
He hasn't answered.
I will suck his dick. Please get me on TV for AEW.
I mean, I could probably do, like I said. Anyways, they're both legit. Bryan Danielson coming to AEW is huge. He will be able to.
Sorry to interrupt. Apparently, if Danielson is signed, he's showing up at that New York show.
Arthur Ashe. Yeah, Dell already got tickets for it because he was asking me a whole bunch of questions about it. if I knew anything about it, which I actually do because I built part of it when I was in construction when I was in college. Yeah, it's actually I did fabrication, so I built in some of the seats in Arthur Ashe Stadium. But back to the here and now, Danielson being able to go back to Japan is awesome. Him having control over his own creativity is even better. He will also be able to put over a lot of the younger talent, and that's probably what he'll be used for. The CM Punk thing, I could see him. It'll be huge at first, and I did say one day he would come back. I never said when, and I was on the show when I said that comment. But the thing is I was just like, it's kind of like when after a year and a half, we went back to work finally. So I'm finally working in DC again. And the day they gave us the news, we're just like, oh, okay. Because we had been so long without going back to work that it was just like, okay, whatever. It's kind of, and I'm a huge CM Punk mark, but it's how I feel. I'm like, it's been 7.5 years. And I'm trying to wrap my head around if it's really going to be a good thing, if I'm going to like it or not. And right now, I'm kind of.
It will only be a good thing if AJ Lee comes with him.
Yes.
Well, that's true. But right now, we're getting ready to go into a fall and winter of wrestling coming back full steam. You got John Cena already back with WWE. You have Bryan Danielson and CM Punk both going to be signing and debuting with
we have Chelsea Green and ROH.
Well, that too. and then there's
I was being sarcastic.
There's talks of The Rock showing up at Survivor Series. So I know, but again, we are hit now that they brought live fans back. They're actually doing something to make the live fans want to watch TV again. And I'm not sure if we're talking. I'm probably missing because I missed the WWE show last week, but I think one of the best promos I've ever seen Roman Reigns do, and it looked like it because it didn't look like it was scripted. It looked like it was actually done from off the top of his head, like he was going off the cuff at it. The promo he cut on SmackDown on John Cena was amazing. And he's another game changer that's really – he came into his own big time during this COVID. And the how he has increased in his ability to talk on the mic and his ability to be a great wrestler has come tenfold since he came and was part of the Shield. So – but back to what we're talking about, I think it's going to be a great season for wrestling. It's going to be good to see these people coming back, and hopefully CM Punk will make a mark and stay, or even not stay. Him on the announcing team would be great.
Thanks, Eric Bischoff.
Well done, sir.
So a point I wanted to make earlier that about CM Punk possibly commentating is I love Jim Ross.
Mm-hmm.
Jim Ross
WWE Dynamite.
Jim Ross is the greatest wrestling announcer of all time. There is literally no dispute about that. He really is.
It's Doc Emmerich.
That's a good analogy. I love that. I'm going to miss Doc Emmerich so much. But I think I don't even know. You and me and maybe Ryan will know who Doc Emmerich is. I know Sleazy doesn't know.
Nope.
Hockey. He was a hockey announcer for NBC, retired.
Oh.
But I do believe that the business has kind of passed Jim Ross by. And
he's getting up there.
And I know that, it seems like every time I listen to his podcast, it seems like the first half hours, him and Conrad being all like, well, I messed up on this and fans are giving me shit for it. I'm like, well, if you keep doing it every week, then, what do you one time's cool, but you do it once a week. Maybe
you can't call it WWE Dynamite.
Well, that's habit though. Like I understand he's been with them since the beginning, but I don't know. It seems like he's slow when it comes to announcing moves, and he stutters a lot.
Well, the stroke didn't help that.
His balls palsy, he didn't have a stroke, but I just think that have him be the producer. Have Tony Schiavone be the play-by-play, and then you can have Excalibur and CM Punk be there. Because, quite honestly, the commentary is better, and this is out of that field, when like Taz or someone like that is doing the commentary.
Yeah.
I agree.
So as much as I love Jim Ross. I think he needs to just be in a producer role and then not be on air.
It's sad to see somebody get that far out. I mean, he's been doing it for fucking, 35 years?
More than that.
I mean, when was his first announcing gig? It would have been 80s, right?
80s, yeah. Oh, it might be about 35 years, yeah.
So, I mean...
let's put it in perspective. I'm turning 40 tomorrow, and that was 81.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But, my dad came down this weekend, and he's getting up there in age. He's about to turn 70, and I can tell that he's starting not to be there mentally himself.
I mean, my mom's 73, so and she's kind of that way too, but she's always been like that. But drink. Let's get more news and rumors done here. I just want to give the CM Punk thing perspective. Ryan sent this out to the chat. WWE and Blumhouse are partnering up to produce a United States of America versus Vince McMahon limited TV series, which I thought was already in production. I don't know why.
No, my guess is that once Vince actually pays attention to shit, people don't think he does. The next part of the Ring episode is coming out. If I was a betting man, and I am, I'd bet on this WWE's way to try to nicen up the steroids.
Soften the blow.
Yeah.
Maybe, but I could have sworn that, I read a year ago that they were doing, or maybe they were writing a script or something. I don't know. I could have sworn I heard about a limited series about the steroid trial on Vince McMahon a year ago. I could have sworn.
There might have been, but I can tell you this for sure. It's not going to be any worse than Bruce talking about it. So, and what Bruce said was,
job.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to be that bad. So
Natalia, if you watched Raw last night, injured her knee.
That sucks.
Yeah, I watched that over and over.
And I can't find where she hurt it. She must have hurt it when she stopped her leg.
She goes to do the floor over, and I can't see how she hurt herself.
I think what happened was when she stomped her leg, and I think that's when it kind of you don't see her leg buckle, but you can kind of she kind of winced, and then she did the float over, and then I think that's kind of when she probably realized something was wrong. But no, it's probably an ACL is what I would think.
They already don't have enough women on the roster.
No, they don't. Because it is Fight for a Fallen, AEW will donate $100,000 to the Safe Alliance. Good for them.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I didn't sound sarcastic. I was being sincere, but good for them. That was the whole point for the Fight for the Fallen in the first place, and I'm glad they're still doing that. Jeff Hardy tests positive for COVID.
So
it's better than testing positive for something else, if you know what I mean.
Cocaine.
Actually, it's really not though.
She don't like cocaine.
Only I will be interested in this. At the NWA 73rd anniversary show, which is August 29th. I thought that's normally in October.
Hurdle versus Career?
Yep. Oh, Ryan, thank you so much.
Yeah, Murdoch.
I actually pay attention to all of it.
I actually knew about the title versus career too.
Me too.
Calder versus Trevor Murdoch. I think we're going to have a new NWA champion, guys.
And in 20 days, you're going to drop it back to Aldis because it's Ric Flair and Dusty all over again, baby.
Okay, I wouldn't compare it like that, but okay.
Close enough. Close enough.
So they announced NXT 36 will take place August 22nd, which is the day after SummerSlam.
It's weird.
Yeah. And then it's going to take place at the PC or the Capital Wrestling Center. But there are, quote, internal discussions to possibly move the event to a smaller arena like the Orleans Arena in Vegas, which is where SummerSlam is being held. If they're going to do that, they got to do that quick. We're less than a month. We're about a month away, which I don't think they're going to.
And more importantly, it's where ROH usually runs.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's because of that. I think they just want a smaller arena.
No, I'm just saying that there might be a deal in place with Ring of Honor to say, hey, we might want to come down there SummerSlam week.
I
run a house
still
show.
think
It may
You're
not
the-
happen, but I'm just saying
they're the
that
conspiracy theorists, but I don't buy into that shit.
I'm not saying that it's a conspiracy thing. I'm just saying that it's possible that they might have had a house show planned and they, WWE was like, no, we're going to try and outbid you.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case. WWE is interested in bringing Braun Strowman back. And Sleazy and I, we talked about this at the baseball game, and I talked to Ryan about it on our ROH episode, and Ryan's like, the only place that Strowman really makes sense is WWE.
I still say New Japan.
I still think you're crazy. The only way, and we just talked about this, the only reason I think you're crazy is because I don't think anyone wants to go over there
right now. Yeah, you're absolutely right in that respect.
That's the only thing. Like if they were about around COVID like we were, or a little bit over COVID like we are, even though we're not all totally over it, but we're where we at, I can see it. But right now, I don't think anyone wants to go over there.
Okay.
When was the last time there was a big man in New Japan?
Matt Bloom.
Lance Archer?
Yeah, true. Yeah, Lance.
Who was the current IWGP US champion?
Yes.
Yep.
So,
but I mean, we're talking like big motherfucker.
Who's that?
Early.
Great Khan? Who's there right now?
Great Khan. Yeah, but he's not a Gaijin though. I think the last big Gaijin was probably Matt.
White people.
Yeah. And honestly, to be fair, call up Bin Hameen and Greek God Papadon because this is going to be a full-on conspiracy horseman moment here. Ready? I think WWE released a whole realm of very specific talent to see where the line was for other promotions going to pick up. Because nobody was picking up Braun Strowman unless they had bank. And they thought if AEW had the money to pick up Braun...
They do, though.
They do, but
do they want him?
Exactly.
That's the thing. Like
he was already making a lot of money with WWE.
Yep.
And I guarantee you part of the reason why they let him go was that they could sign him back for less money. But what a better way to kind of pull out the carrot and see if AEW is really truly biting on a big superstar.
I don't think they're going to sign him back for less money.
Guaranteed it's going to be less money. 100%. So. Well, here's the thing. Braun was making 7 figures.
Mm-hmm.
He's not coming back for second figure downside. He's just not. He's not that much of a draw. I'm sorry. Especially when...
You're right. You're right on that.
I mean, and what's Braun going to do? Oh, they're only offering me $800,000 to come back for downside guarantee. I guess I'll take that. It'll allow me to buy more guns.
And
if it saves a couple $100,000 downside, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is going to pick him up? Japan? Obviously not right now. AEW? Good for them.
Chip, you have a source in AEW. Do they sign Braun Strowman?
Well, that source is going to make an announcement of something tonight, and I'll let you know what it is tomorrow.
Who's your source?
It's Tony Khan.
I'm not telling you.
Fucking Tony Khan.
We're not wrestling journalists. Who's your source?
He's on speed. Tony Khan, leave him the fuck alone.
Okay. I'm not good.
He's a wrestling journalist, so that's all I can say.
Oh, fuck off. Then your sources are the same as mine. WWE will return to Saudi Arabia on Thursday.
I could just go ask Pepper Parks if I really wanted to.
Right. Like, hey, Cherry Bomb, what's really going on over there?
Hey, Cherry, yo, it's Sleazy. Yeah, how you doing? Yeah. So, they signed the fucking, Danielson, huh? Yeah, how's that going? Yeah, stop backstage? Yeah? Okay, cool. Well, tell Pepper I said hi. Have a nice day.
Cool. WWE returns to Saudi Arabia. Awesome. Jake Roberts signs an extension with AEW.
The amount of people leaving AEW.
I was going to do the amount of people that I was going to do the joke. The amount of people that will sign with AEW will shock you. Jake Roberts resigns with AEW. But I was like, yeah, fuck it.
You
Kira
fucking
Hogan.
don't fucking go to the bid anymore. Sad.
Kira Hogan is done with Impact.
Yep.
That was surprising. They were close, you know?
Yeah, she's been them for about, I think, 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. I was shocked when, after the whole Sue Young thing, they didn't strap a title or two on her.
Well, she was the
Tag
tag
title.
team champs.
Yeah.
But
Forever.
I mean, like
Yeah.
knockout champion.
he had the potential.
Yeah.
That's for sure. WWE is reportedly going to hold a Queen of the Ring tournament.
Xavier Woods better enter it in drag.
Nah, Santino Morales winning it, bro.
No. Fucking, because Woods has been adamant about a King of the Ring coming back because he wants to win the King of the Ring.
Yep.
Like everything he does, he's always.
So
like,
that's what's going to happen. They bring it back. He loses first round. Couple.
Although that would be kind of cool having Kofi have won the WWE title, Big E with the Money in the Bank. Why not give King of the Ring to Xavier?
Because he has to beat King Phonin in.
I was going to say King Booker, but that works too.
King Phonin in. He's the king right now.
They're only bringing Queen of the Ring in so that they
Charlotte
can
can win
give
it.
it to Charlotte. Although the real winner should be,
Let's go.
thank you, because it's the only thing she hasn't done.
Let's go. Well,
Or
no
Becky
one's done
Lynch.
it.
And Bailey.
And Sasha Banks. And Alexa. Sasha hasn't won the Rumble yet. So WWE is going to air SummerSlam live in theaters nationwide.
Cool.
Let's hope Peacock gets their shit together.
Oh, God. We already discussed that. So Kanyon, I think his last name is Seaman.
Can I just of being in Canada with the WWE Network and not having to deal with Peacock?
Oh, fuck off, you piece of shit.
I second that. Fuck off, you piece of shit, please.
Third, it's unanimous.
So
3-on-1.
Kanyon, I think it's C-E-M-A-N. Kanyon Seaman
He's a
was
seaman.
released by WWE. I guess he was the vice president of talent development. He's been there for a while. He's been there almost like 9 or 10 years. No news on why he was released, but he was released. So, Superstars of Wrestling Federation was all like, we have a show on September 11th. Who do we bring in?
Okay, first of all, before you say that, who the fuck runs a show
On the 20th anniversary.
on September 11th? Moose, I'm calling you out. Why the fuck are you running a show on September 11th, you idiot?
That's the date you get, man.
Is it a Saturday?
It's a Saturday.
Then
It
that's
is.
why.
Yeah, it is, but
But
still.
anyway,
Why?
well, they're like, what big name should we bring in? I know. Let's bring in Velveteen Dream. And then an hour later, send out a tweet that says, nah, he's not coming in. Let's announce it and then get a shit ton of backlash because,
Because people are afraid of everything.
and then they
Just
said
eat it.
He's no longer appearing on the show.
So they decided. So Ryan will tell you this every day. When you have to cancel an appearance on a show, you have to go bigger, right? Mm-hmm. You have to go bigger than what it was. So of course,
Hacksaw.
what's that?
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
No. Joey Ryan, obviously. This is the next step up.
That was a softball and I missed it.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah. That was great. That was right across the top of the plate, right in your stubby iron T-Rex reach.
And Jet, right in the bag.
One more news and rumors. WWE has announced that they are holding a pay-per-view on New Year's Day.
Ooh.
Who the fuck runs a pay-per-view on New Year's Day? Moose, I'm calling you out. Why the fuck would you run a show on New Year's Day?
Because that shit's good for business.
Continue on, sir.
Didn't 2CW run a show New Year's Eve?
Yes, they also did.
But it wasn't New Year's Day.
It's going to be held in Atlanta. Remember last week, we speculated that There's a SmackDown that got canceled in Atlanta. Meltzer's like, well, it's because of poor ticket sales. No, it's because they're holding a fucking pay-per-view there.
Yeah, like 3 weeks later, right? Because the
No, it's
Atlanta.
like 3 months. It's like 3 months later.
Oh,
But
I
still.
thought it was like in November or something.
No, it was in September.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
No word yet on what the name of the pay-per-view is going to be.
New Year's Revolution. What the fuck?
That's the obvious choice. But
It
my
is the
brain
only
says-
choice.
My brain says that's when they're going to have the Queen of the Ring tournament on New Year's Day while people are watching bowl games all day.
Okay, so you haven't read the dirt. That Queen of the Ring tournament is happening in October.
I didn't know the date. I just knew that they were planning on doing it.
What I read
So they're going to hold it while they're in Saudi Arabia.
No. What I read was when they do the draft, which would be the 4th.
Yeah.
and the 8th.
Beginning of October.
Yeah, so at those 2 episodes, either the last night of the draft round, SmackDown starts it, or after the draft, that SmackDown starts is when they're starting the Queen of the Ring.
Okay.
Okay,
But yeah,
cool.
it's got to be New Year's Revolution. It has to be 100%.
New Year's Evil, New Year's Dash.
New Year's Dash.
I don't know if they can do New Year's Dash.
Nope, because New Japan has
Yeah, they
it.
can. DASHE.
Dashe.
Dash, yeah, New Year's Dash.
It's more fancier than New Japan.
Fucking
New
French.
Year's brunch.
Bookers have to book the show with their pinkies up.
That's it. That's it for news and rumors. I know we planned on doing a little longer episode today because there's a lot of stuff that I wanted to talk about.
Awesome. Chip, what's your social security number?
Whoa, it's wow. The sports guru 728. Couldn't remember.
Ryan,
social
what's your? Oh wait, do they have social security numbers in Canada?
It's tins,
8-3
right?
Batman symbol, upside down hockey stick, a Tim Hortons cup, and a hockey puck.
That is
Those
as
were all
Canadian.
Canadian Buff Batman. Fuck you.
Ryan Buck 85.
Awesome. I am at TWS Sleazy,
TWS Fat Man.
and the show is at Sleazy Fatman on Twitter and Instagram. I heard Fatman do that on the show I wasn't on, and I'm like, why the fuck am I not doing that? Wrestling show is on Gear Network. Check us out on gearnetwork.com. Also get us on any of your favorite radio stations in terms of podcasts. You like us on Spotify? Great. You like us on Spreaker? Awesome. You like us on iTunes? Please come get it. Hot and fresh every Saturday morning at 8. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/sleazyandthefatman. We do not have a TikTok yet.
Off tick.
But I think that's it. So with thank you to Ryan Williams, who points to the camera. God damn
I
it.
do it every week because I acknowledge you speaking to me. It's
And-
the only reason I do it. So you know to go to the next person that I'm not ignoring you, you fucking piece of shit. I hope you step on a Lego.
Yay! They got it.
Yay! He said the thing. He said the thing.
Batman, as long as you don't forget your thing, we're fine.
Oh, I had it.
Oh, he's got it. And for Mr. Chip Willett,
Have a good one, guys.
and as always, for Sleazy,
The Fat Man.
this is the wrestling show. Thank you guys so much for listening. Peace.
Fuck Dave Meltzer. Fuck Kenny Omega. And fuck Nick Gage.
I'm a truth that you seem to run from. I'm an army of one. I'm a clip in your gun. I'm the pain in the game. The bloodshed in your name. When there's nothing to gain, all the world gone sad.
The preceding presentation has been brought to you by the Gear Network.